Hey students, welcome back. This is Mr. Anderson again. This is on our second installment on how to draw the title block template using the drop-down menu. If you've tuned into this one, there's one before this, number one. Preferably you'll watch that one first. But now we're going to actually get down to the meat of the title block. Before we go any further though, it just occurred to me, in our layers, let me get this open. Open layers. Come on. There we are. And, okay, we don't have a border line. So, let's make a B-O-R-D-E-R. Don't want them living there. I just wanted to go around it. We're going to leave it white, continuous. We're going to make the line weight a 7mm. Okay. So there's that. And I'm going to close that now. Next, we're going to select border. We're going to, sorry about that. We're going to pick the outside edge of this paper and use that for our line, our border. Okay, this is 11, 8.5. Okay, now next we're going to use the offset command, and we're going to tell it needs to be 0.25, enter. Click on that and bring it in. And if you notice, that little dash line that was going around here, that line is just about right dead on that. So we're going to pick this one and we're going to delete that because we don't need it anymore. We're going to select this one and explode. E-X-P-L-O-D-E. Enter. And you notice when you hover over top of it, only one line becomes highlighted. Next, we're going to offset that bottom one, the bottom line. I believe it was going to be 3/8. So we can do 3/8. You can do fractions. Click there, bring that up. Okay. Next, we are going to do the text to set up. Wait, no, we already did the text setup. We just did the border. Let's see, we set up our options. Okay. So, yeah, there's the title block. Next, we're going to put text in the title block. So, DT, enter. Specify starting point, 0.125, comma, 0.125. And then we're going to tell it to be 1/4 or 1/8 inch tall, 0.125. Angle of rotation 0, and we're going to type in my name. Well, you don't type in my name, you type in your name. Okay? I have one that already says your name here instead of having my name on there. And then we just click somewhere, then we can zoom in on it, and it's fairly lined up. So get out of the command, hover over top of him. That's about perfect. Next, and I'm not about perfection, I just want to look halfway decent. Okay, just going to draw a quick line for that. Okay, so next we're going to type CO for copy, or you can go up here and click copy right up there. I'm going to select that and that little line that I just made, and I'm going to hit enter, select the base point, and then I'm going to bring this over this way, and I'm just going to tell it where to start filling in. So first off, 2.5. Okay. Next one is 3.75. And the next one is 4.75. Next one is 8.75. And then I hit escape to get out of that. I'm going to change that to say scale. And this one is going to say assignment. This one is going to be CAD-100. I have no idea what's going on outside, but it sounds like a gravel truck. CAD-100, okay. And right here is going to be date, okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to right-click, insert field, and date, 3/30/2020. So we hit OK, and there we go. Now this way, every time you open up this file, this template, the date will automatically change, okay? So there's that. So that's done. Next, we're going to select all of these guys. And we're going to copy. We're going to go to metric. I'm going to tell it paste. Specify insertion point, 0.125, comma, 0.125, enter. You're like, well, how am I supposed to draw on something that tiny? This is where you grab all of that and you hit scale. And we're going to specify the base point. It's going to be that right there. We're going to tell it to scale it 25.4. Enter. And there it is. So this is now your metric title block. Oh no, my scale there. But that's okay, we were going to have to change that anyway. So what I'm going to do, in this case, I'm going to copy that right here from this spot to this spot. And I'm going to change that to say and we are going to move that just a little bit so that you have room to put your information there. Assignment title is not going to be all that long. If it is, if you get a really short name, you can always scoot these over a little bit. Again, this is just to make sure that you know that this is your metric. Sometimes I have people put metric right here in a small box, but sometimes their drawings, they're so big and so cramped, every little inch of space is needed. So, there's that. We'll go back to the metric, or the imperial, or inches. We don't have to do anything to that.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
That's my Alexa talking. My apologies. But I have not given it the name Alexa when I want to ask it a question. I call it COMPUTER. Because I'm a Star Trek fan, and I want to feel like Mr. Scott. Yes, I'm a geek. I can't help it. So, there we go. We have that part done. And let's see. What's our next item? Okay, we've got the viewports in there. Okay. Yeah, before we save everything, we're going to go into the Dimension Style Manager. Now, we're in the Imperial, so we're going to modify. This is where it gets a little crazy. For symbols and arrows, this is going to say 0.125. Okay. That's the only thing we need to change on these symbols and arrows. But we also need to change the text to the same number, 0.125. Fit is good. Primary units. This is a huge pet peeve of mine. We will rarely have anything dimensioned with a precision of more than 3 decimal points. However, I really like to have the leading and trailing zeros. There's no reason to have something say 1.000 if we're really not into that kind of depth, that kind of precision. So for right now, we're going to click our leading and trailing zeros. We just don't need them on there. Next, let's see. Alternate units, tolerances. You'll be doing more of that in CAD-200. So there's that. So that's okay. So next we're going to open up Annotative, and we're going to modify. Okay. Primary units, again, 3 decimal points, leading and trailing zeros. Our text size is 0.125, which is an 1/8 inch tall. Okay. And our symbols and arrows will also be 0.125. Break is correct. Lines, all of that's good. Okay. So next we're going to make a new annotative. So it's going to be annotative metric. So now we get to change let's see, the lines will be 9. Baseline spacing is 9 actually. Extend beyond dim lines is going to be 4. Let's make that 5. And offset from origin is going to be 2. Arrow size is going to be 3. That's going to be 3. Break size is going to be 3. Text will be 3. That's going to be 2. Fit we don't worry about. Primary units, it's going to be metric. Rarely you will ever have anything we'll go 2 decimal points on that. And we'll rarely ever have any leading zeros. So there's that one. And then we close. Nope, we go to this standard. And I click new. So it's going to be copy of metric, or copy of standard. So we're going to make this a standard metric. So that way, forgot I had my caps lock on. Go back up here. That's going to be 9 and 5 and 2 and 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2 there. That looks good. I think that is that. So next, hit OK. So we are in our imperial or inch title block. We're right at 20 minutes. I'm going to stop this one and I'm going to show you how to do the rest. So, and it's very important because I'm showing you how to save everything and how it all comes back up. So, hang with me. I appreciate your patience, and we'll get this thing squared away. This is so time consuming, but it's a very important step. So, thank you very much. See you in a few.